Korean action a breach of the peace and called upon its members to assist the South Koreans in ousting the invaders. Many free countries around the globe offered their aid. In the United States, President Harry S. Truman authorized the use of U.S. air and naval units and, shortly thereafter, ground forces to evict the aggressors and restore the status quo. Under the command of General of the Army Douglas MacArthur, then Far East Commander, U.S. 8th Army occupation troops in Japan embarked to South Korea. The first combat unit sent from America to Korea was a Marine Air Ground Team, the 1st Provisional Marine Brigade, formed at Camp Pendleton, California on 7 July 1950 under Brigadier General Edward A. Craig. The same day, the UN Security Council passed a resolution creating the United Nations Command, UNC, which was to exercise operational control over the international military forces rallying to the defense of South Korea. The Council asked the United States to appoint a commander of the UN forces. On the 8th, President Truman named his Far East commander, General MacArthur, as Commander-in-Chief, United Nations Command, UNC. In Korea, the Marines soon became known as the firemen of the Pusan perimeter, for they were shifted from one trouble spot to the next all along the defensive ring around Pusan, the last United Nations stronghold in southeastern Korea during the early days of the fighting. A bold tactical stroke planned for mid-September was designed to relieve enemy pressure on Pusan and weaken the strength of the North Korean People's Army, NKPA. As envisioned by General MacArthur, an amphibious landing at Incheon on the west coast, far to the enemy rear, would threaten the entire North Korean position south of the 38th parallel. To help effect this coup, the UN commander directed that the Marine Brigade be pulled out of the Pusan area to take part in the landing at Incheon. MacArthur's assault force consisted of the 1st Marine Division, less one of its 3 regiments, but including the 1st Korean Marine Corps, KMC, regiment. Marine ground and aviation units were to assist in retaking Seoul, the South Korean capital, and to cut the supply lines sustaining the NKPA divisions. On 15 September, Marines stormed ashore on 3 Incheon